Welcome to How to Rock Spirit's Sun Moon Alchemy series. This audio was compiled and recorded by Dustin Cormier, a Leo ascendant Scorpio with Sagittarius moon, born in the year of the metal ram. All the possible Western sun and moon sign combinations can be found and learned about here. This information is for educational purposes only. I do not own any of the following content. For more astrology lectures and my own Cosmic Consciousness audio lecture series, check out How to Rock Spirit's YouTube channel, where I rap about everything from philosophy and transpersonal psychology, to psychedelic spirituality, to tantric and occult mysticism, and even to Marx and Engels and the materialist sciences. See you there! Sun in an Earth sign. Basically motivated by material needs and practicality. Recharges energy through working with the physical world, being productive, and feeding the senses. Sun in Virgo. Directs creative energy analytically and with discrimination. Motivated by a need to be helpful, to be of service in a tangible way. Radiates intelligence and clean-edged vitality. Attunement of soul to essential values, service, and constant need to improve oneself. Humble, unassuming sense of individuality can interfere with public recognition. The moon sign and its element. These notes are also still from Stephen Arroyo's Chart Interpretation Handbook. The element of the moon sign represents an attunement from the past that manifests automatically, a mode of feeling and being that one needs to be aware of in order to feel inwardly secure and at home with oneself. This element and experiences related to it feed your need to feel right about yourself. This element and experiences related to it feed your need to feel right about yourself. By such modes of self-expression, you are satisfying a deep inner need that can give stability to your entire personality. The moon's element also shows how you react instinctively to all experiences, with what energy you spontaneously adjust yourself to the flow of life. Moon in water signs. Reacts to changing experiences with sensitivity and emotion. Feels comfortable with self when feelings are deeply involved. Moon in Scorpio. Reacts intensely, passionately, with controlled emotional power. Self-image affected by complex, turbulent emotions. Confidence sometimes undermined by negative emotions or supported by passionate sense of purpose. Depth of feelings and secretiveness contribute to person's mystique and charisma. A need to deeply penetrate experiences leads to comprehension of underlying motives or to imagining all sorts of fearful motives in others. Fear of vulnerability and losing control can lead to emotional repression. The following information comes from Isabel Hickey's Astrology, a Cosmic Science, copyright 1992 by Isabel M. Hickey Trust. Moon in Scorpio. Note that this is the fall position of the moon. Dominating and aggressive. Impatient and moody, given to brooding. Easily hurt and can be jealous. Impulsive. Desire is the motivating force. Strong pride and will. Intensely passionate in response to life. Set in ways and very stubborn. Apt to be disappointed in love. Apt to demand too much and not give enough of understanding. Sit in judgment on others too quickly. Greatest need, to learn to forgive and forget. Strong physically. Sensual. Extremist in temperament. Strong, deep feelings, but they need handling. Needs to achieve an optimistic attitude toward life. Go after what they want and usually get it and then find out it's not what they really wanted. In a male chart, will attract a possessive and jealous mate if moon is afflicted. Sun-Moon Alchemy, the elemental combinations of the sun sign and the moon sign. The following information comes from Charles and Susie Harvey's Sun Sign Moon Sign, copyright Charles and Susie Harvey 1994, again in 2003, first published by Aquarian 1994. Each sun-moon type is a combination of elements. In the following descriptions of the element combinations, please remember that the pairing can be either way around. For example, a fire-earth combination refers equally to sun-fire, moon-earth, as it does to sun-earth, moon-fire. There will be subtle differences, but the dynamic is generally the same. Earth-water combinations. Flanders and Swan sing "Mud, mud, glorious mud," and you do not have to be a hippopotamus to appreciate the qualities of mud. Think of the rich fertility of well-irrigated fields, the potter's clay on the wheel ready to be formed, the clay of bricks and tiles, or the malleable concrete which forms the basis of so much construction. This is one of the most practical, supportive, and nourishing of combinations. It combines the capacity to feel sympathy for others with a devotional determination and enterprising ability to do what needs to be done to meet others' needs. American churchman Reinhold Niebuhr, Sun in Cancer, Moon in Taurus, gives eloquent expression to this type's orientation. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. When the sun is in earth and the moon in water, the individual can readily develop a practical understanding of day-to-day life and seems to have the innate wisdom to know what is important and what is not in a situation. For this type, both practical and emotional needs make sense and should intertwine in a balanced, normal life. Consider this view of the 18th century wit Samuel Johnson, who had Sun in Virgo and Moon in Pisces. A man is in general better pleased when he has a good dinner upon his table than when his wife talks Greek. A bit dated, yes, chauvinistic indeed, but nevertheless, Johnson expresses that practical wisdom and measured sensuality of the earth-water combination. Shadow side. The earth-water individual wants both material and emotional security, and therefore usually views change and challenge as threatening. As a result, there is with this type a propensity to get stuck in the mud, and a danger of getting swamped by duty and slowed down by the inertia of possessiveness and limited viewpoint. Life is highly personal for this individual. What they can see, taste, hear, smell, and feel, and how it might affect their world, is all important to them. The larger, detached viewpoint is usually lost on them. They may need to learn how to move just a little out of their well-defined groove so that life does not become too stagnant. And like quicksand, their minds can suck them down. Relationships. The earth-water person normally finds immense satisfaction in a relationship that brings out the innate dependable, resourceful, gentle, devotional qualities of this combination. This individual feels affirmed and valued when they know they are needed and valued for their useful accomplishments. People with this combination are particularly good at serving and caring for others, and once they find their romantic niche, they get on with nurturing and nest building. Hence, they make excellent partners and tend to prefer sitting around the fire drinking hot cocoa to lots of razzle-dazzle on the town. This type helps to ground and contain the more unstable, exciting fire-air type, and there's likely to be a mutual attraction due to the striking differences. Male versus female. This is a primarily receptive, feminine combination and has all the hallmarks of the female stereotype: caring, domestic, loyal, quiet, and persevering. Both male and female of this type will tend to be introverts and can work well on their own in an artistic medium, but they could also develop a shrewd business sense and do well in the marketplace. They can employ their pragmatism and sensitivity in quiet but purposeful ways, sussing out the climate of the times and the integrity of would-be business partners. The following observations about your Sun-Moon combination are drawn from insights gained from astrologer Jefferson Anderson's book, Sun Sign, Moon Sign, an observation of many different individuals. The writing itself comes from Mantak Chia and William U. Wei's Cosmic Astrology. Copyright 2012 by North Star Trust, published by Destiny Books. Sun in Virgo, Moon in Scorpio. Devious. You are essentially pretty hard-hitting, and you know your mind, even though you might seem soft-spoken and mild to others. All your determination and confidence has a price, because you are made to keep your emotions in check a lot of the time. You have sharp and often amazingly correct perceptions. Intuition is how you judge others, and that method is extremely accurate in your case. You prefer hiding your own being while you are going around judging your friends and coworkers. You possess a quiet intellectual approach to life that hides your true nature. You are mysterious, sensual, very passionate, and intense. Most of your decisions are grounded on your hunches and intuition, regardless of how calm and logical you try to seem. Favoritism and passion generally are the primary decision makers in your dealings, even if reason and logic are in the mix. You know and go after what you want in life. You are determined and a hard worker. Very few actually know whether you are troubled or ecstatic because your persona always remains cool, removed, and unswerving. Not many appreciate your real sensitivity and depth because you are so good at presenting that detached facade. Try to express yourself with more vigor and be more forthright with your emotions. Refrain from being so supremely rational about everything, and let passion take you away from time to time. The Virgo-Scorpio combination is well suited to social service, medicine, and government. Business is also a possibility. Romantically, you are jealous and controlling and act as if you possess your partner. This can bring out endless problems. You often point out your lover's failings in a tactless manner, and therefore you may be inadvertently cruel, even with all the perception you have. You can be quite sensual and giving, however, if you are truly in love. You may reason yourself and your real feelings out of existence. Your satisfaction comes through work, as with most Virgos. Frequently, it is everything to you and replaces relationships and recreation. Make sure you have some interests outside work, not involving what you do 9 to 5, if you want to avoid becoming a workaholic. You may have revolutionary concepts and secretly desire to apply change even though you are professionally drawn to the conservative and conventional. You are able to bring modernization and inventiveness to your work. Quick note from Charles and Susie Harvey's Sun Sign, Moon Sign. Sun in Virgo, Moon in Scorpio. Your greatest strengths: shrewd, discriminating intellect, capacity for enormous amounts of hard work, perceptiveness about people, dependability and practical support for loved ones, commitment to high standards and the completion of tasks. Your greatest weaknesses: the way in which emotionally charged opinions limit your thinking, your defensive and overcritical bent, a self-demanding independence which makes relaxation and play difficult. Work before play is your motto, but you can always find something that needs doing. Images for integration. A zealous insect lover stands quietly in the bushes observing the mating habits of the praying mantis. An impassioned doctor contributes statistics and personal views at a forum for discussing anti-abortion laws.